I mean, that sounds awfully similar to Ginseigo. We have backstory! Yeah, he looked hot. Were they eaten though? Never mind, I'm not going to think about this. Aww! Aww! This is so wholesome. From Subaru appearance, Hikaru have potential for being big. No, Kageaki. Hikaru is missing for a year. Hello and welcome, Pocket Watch here, and it's about time to another episode of Muramasa. So, we finally beaten the common road. And yeah, fun times on the channel, fun times. I killed waifu on Muramasa. I got betrayed in Umineko. Great times. And apparently the choice I made in Muramasa just locked me on Otori Road. So I will have to deal with it and stay with suspicious looking, untrustful old hag. Let's go. Also, in your comments on the last episode, I never realized that. I'm just like being dumb. I was wondering why Hikaru was talking about Muramasa sometimes. For some reason my brain did not process that blacksmiths can have surnames. Yeah. As I established like few episodes ago, like long time ago, that Muramasa and Ginseigo are mother and daughter. Yeah, makes sense. Muramasa is a surname. Anyway, let's go to the episode. When two trained Musha engage in single combat, the exhaust from their engines paint a figure 8, a Futawa, in the sky. Hence, why Musha combat is known as Futawa Gakari. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. The more evenly matched they are in Tsurugi and in skill, the closer the Futawa will be perfection. Yet, no matter how beautiful it might be, this work of art is fleeting, momentarily, and even they who create it cannot witness its splendor in full. Oh, it's actually Muramasa. Oh. Wait, what? Who's he fighting? Are we like instantly into fight with like someone who carried the Ginseigo egg? Grinning AoE. I probably pronounced it wrong, but it's funny. It's funny. Grinning AoE. He should have some kind of area attacks to have on his name. You remember that one fragment I've put from Katanagatari before? In one of the previous episodes? When we had like Sorry Machi Love? I could like add this to this again. It feels very similar. A vicious cracking fills the sky. I know that this is not an expression of amusement by my enemy Shinogi command. Okay, so he's fighting actually Shinoichi right now. The syllables grasp in the air before my eyes and twisted into desired illusion. Okay. Also, I want to give you something, like, now when I killed Ayane, I can, maybe it's good, you know? I kinda agree with that. I got this comment on Discord actually, and I kinda agree with that because if I would kill Otori, I wouldn't feel the same. Because I really liked Ayane. And I can actually feel the pain that Kageaki feels. Yeah, it's more realistic that way. But there's still hope. We still have Chachamaru in the game. So there's still hope for number 2 character to be our best waifu now. Oh, and there's Liger, of course. Title of Demon, huh?
人の趣味はそれぞれだけど、まさかそんなものを欲しがられるとはね。
No wonder.
触れてはなれない青い貞次。それがお前に負けることを意味するなら。私は生前からお前のことをよく知ってる。私たちは同じ時代にいたのだものね。
Oh, wow, we have like actual backstory. Okay. Also, apparently this part hardly changes for Otori or Ayane roads, so I will make like new playlist for Otori road basically after I get like to some certain point. Apparently that I will know when I get on like actual road.
青い一門の面汚し幾人もの視点を惑わしそそのかし女子供ばかりを狙って殺戮させた希代の打作お前など見つぶされて仏像にでもなってしまえ
I mean, that sounds awfully similar to Ginsaigo. Who is this random guy? My words travel the airwaves to my destabilized foe, but I have no way of knowing whenever AoE... How... Ao. I would... Okay, I cannot like call him AoE all the time. Whenever Ao. I cannot. I just cannot. Whenever Ao, the Bloodtree Tsurugi, or the serial killer piloting it hear them. Not that there's any way of telling the two apart. The minds are completely fused by now, as I'm told has been the case with all of Ao's pilots. Oh, interesting. So they can like become one. Actually, interesting. This exceptionally resilient armor has protected him from critical damage thus far, but I cannot imagine he has more strength left. One more good hit, and his sixth infected, and the sixth infected will die. Wait, sixth? Okay, I need your help in the comments right now. How many parts did because I totally forgot. Like, how many parts did Kageaki got before chapter 1? Because he got one from episode 2, one from episode 3. No, one from episode 4. Did he got anything from episode 3? I assume so. If he got something from each episode, then we got 4 episodes that we know of. So he either got one off screen before the events, or there was like a time skip, where obviously there is a time skip, and he got one more like in between after the fight in the chapter 4. It's like not important, but I just like a little bit of trivia, you know. Also, one more thing about Ayane death. What I got to know is Ayane death, the scene we had, was apparently supposed to be the scene on chapter 3 actually, and not on chapter 4. And I can agree with that, because it's kinda weird that Ayane got like killed by surprise when she had like fully functional Tsurugi and Shinichi. So her armor was like probably like looking at her all the time and could like warn her or something about Kagayaki. So it feels kinda weird that she died after chapter 4. It would make more sense if she died in chapter 3 actually. So yeah, that's just like random stuff. It was under a close call, but looks like we will be able to stop another egg from hatching. Well, he sees his nightmares probably all the time when he sleeps, like killing innocent people and stuff, friends and love. Yeah, pretty much.
自前で見尽くして貴様の見せるただの幻などあいにくだが俺には不出来な前衛芸術としか思えないピカソ氏のゲルニカに学んで表現力を磨け
Nice. I need to check it out. Guernica. Is that like full name of Picasso? Guernica? Or it's like one of his painting? Huh. I turn to face my enemy. While still quite wobbly, he appears to have mostly regained control. Why didn't he run, I wonder? Pride, anger, or did he reason that he couldn't shake me? No matter. My task is the same either way.
Muramasa, 次で仕留める。この後に及んで暇を与え、負荷を許しては元も子もない。
了解。見苦しい代物を始末してやりましょう。
I start my dive, and the enemy rises to me. I must admit that his courage is impressive, but I have the advantage in altitude, speed and condition. He has no hope of victory now. What are you going to show him? Under a gale of laughter, under illusion. We've been through this any numbers of times now. Okay. The illusion takes shape. I feel no fear. No matter what he shows me, it won't elect more than a board. Oh, that was Hikaru. Why are you here? Mother. Oh wait, that was not Hikaru. I assumed that was Hikaru because of the blue hair, but yeah, makes sense. Mother would have some similar traits, so... Also, I just realized his Shinogi, the Ao Shinogi, have this little creepy face here on the armor. I just realized that. Wow, I like it. This is kind of fun. Happiness. The problem is, from what I remember, he killed his mother, right? So it's kinda the same as Nightmare for him at this point. Oh. Oh. Chapter 5, Defeated. Okay. Wait, that what was supposed to be when I get to the proper road? Maybe? It was shorter than I thought. Like, I thought like it would be like 1 hour and it's like 15 minutes. Oh well. Did you really thought I can make 15 minutes of story into 1 hour episode? Don't answer that. I awaken. As ever in a dark cage. A prison. Yes, this is a prison. A prison without chains or walls. But a prison nonetheless. A prison just for me. I have always been here. Always in the dark, dreaming the same dream. It begins. It is a memory, seared into the deepest synapses of my brain. I have relived it 100 times, 100,000 times, and now once more. Oh. So this is his mother and this is actually Kageaki. A woman is holding me, my mother. A man is standing before her, my father. My mother speaks, each word cold and sharp as blade. We all like katanas. You are not like her father. What? You are not like her father. Hikaru and Kageaki have different fathers? They have the same mother? She's not your daughter. Ah, okay. Speaks. She speaks to who? To the father or to us? To Kageaki? She's not your daughter. She's talking about Hikaru probably. So she's speaking to father. To our father. To Kageaki father. Yeah, so they have like different fathers then. Yeah, my father listens in stony silence. From its expression, it is clear that he has no choice in the matter. The sentence was passed by powers beyond him, and now he has only to hear and obey. My mother continues. She has no father. I have no father. What? You are not her father. He is not my father. Are we listening to this from the perspective of Hikaru, not from Kageaki? But he said like, she's holding me. So this is from the perspective of Kageaki. You must never love her. Okay. He will never love me. This is so weird. It's like they're talking about Hikaru, but Kageaki is answering to like himself at the same time. The dream ends and I'm black in the darkness. It will begin again soon, I know. The dream is my only companion in this place. My mother, driving my father away. My father, torn from his only daughter. These images came from the moment of my birth, recorded by my virgin skin to form the foundation of my soul. The moment my father was stolen from me. This is the origin of Minato Hikaru. So This is actually Hikaru? But it was like... Okay, wait. Okay, I just went into assumptions, I guess, because we had this fight with Awa, and he showed him Mother, and I just assumed that this is the continuation. So this whole conversation is from like Hikaru perspective then. That makes more sense now. Okay. So that was Hikaru, okay.
じゃあ部長、この書類はもう回しちゃって構いませんね。
Tanaka, hello, new person.
いいよ、よろしく。おい、港くん。
Really? We have some random character that is like... His literally name is Boss. Great.
はい。納品リストはできた？
We have backstory! This is like teenager Minato, or like early like 20s. Okay! So maybe we'll get like... See, he probably is not influenced by Muramasa yet. So maybe we'll see like the moment he get into pact with Muramasa basically. And why that happened, and I will have like everything sorted out in my head.
それならたった今。これです。確認お願いします。
Young Minato! They even made like different sprites for his face. What? Yeah, he looked hot, I guess. And then he get old.
はいよ、どれどれ。
So he was just like
問題なし。今日はもう上がっていいよ。
like just blue collar office worker.
お心遣い痛み入ります。はい、お疲れ。
お疲れ様。ああ、港先輩。倉庫に取引先からもらった果物の箱があるから少し持って行ってください。スバル様とヒカルちゃんに。
I just heard that Hikaru-chan, so his younger sister.
ありがとう。二人とも喜ぶ。
They just... Hey... This is mistranslation.
田中、港くん、俺の分はないのかって顔で言ってるぞ。
言ってません。先輩はそんな意地汚くないです。部長とは違いますもん。
Also, one more thing, like, apparently Muramasa is not perfectly translated, and what I mean by that, it's actually impossible to accurately translate Muramasa. There's just so many things in original Japanese that makes the story like feeling a little bit different, and it's like impossible to translate this into English. So I wonder how the like original works.
うわ、ひでえ。
ああ、でもご自分の分もちゃんと持ってってくださいね、先輩。いっぱいありますし、余らせて腐っちゃったらもったいないですから。
ありがとう。いただいていく。
But what I see from this, Kageaki was like never smiling, even before Muramasa. While it wasn't my intention to be greedy, the bug ended up heavy enough that I have to switch hands so often as I walk. It is early evening, and the streets are full. Children scurry home from schools, while wives and daughters shop for dinner. This is the only time of day that one might call busy in the small northern Kanto town. It seems like every other person I see is an acquaintance or friend. I exchange greetings with them as I pass or stop for some brief conversation. Okay. So he actually has some social life. Good to know. In the latter case, my partner is usually a housewife less interested. Less interested in the content of our conversation. Why there's no pauses? How do you even like read this? In the latter case, my partner is usually a housewife less interested in the content of our conversation than in the act of talking itself. I feel like there need to be some pauses somewhere in this. Okay. I listen politely, offering responses and interjections where appropriate until it comes time to move on. This process is hardly unpleasant. Rough, though the same can rarely be said of the topic. The 39th year of Koryu. I have no way of knowing how the history books will describe this age, but I do know that to the people now living it can end soon enough. Let me check my notes. Muramasa is taking place in 1940, right? But of the same age like Koryu? Yeah, I guess the same age, yeah. Never mind, this is like... You cannot have like 39 but different like ages. Like, no, okay, I'm just being stupid again. So yeah, this is a year before the situations we had before in the game. Only 4 years have passed since the war came to the tragic close, and the Rokuhara Shogunate, the power behind said tragedy, is still hard at work, cementing its rule of Yamato through fear. Yeah, okay. Though never mentioned it in public forums, one incident is at the forefront of everyone's mind, the Osaka massacre, which took place just 1 year ago. If we don't get along, we will end up like that. Miss Yabe mutters as she makes the sign of the ward of evil. Wow. Mrs. Yabe, she really have a surname Yabe? Japanese lesson number 1 for today. Yabe, it's like yabai, so it's bad. Like trouble, bad thing, like, I don't know, showing inappropriate things on YouTube is yabe. Or yabai. She then says farewell, and we go our separate ways. Her fears, I'm sure, are shattered by every one person in Yamato, but to the people of this town, they have a certain immediacy. Not surprising, when you consider our present circumstances. As I look around, I think about how much the town has changed. Civilians are not allowed to change address without cause. Nevertheless, the harsh realities of life here has driven many to flee in search of greener pastures. For example, the house down the street once was a home to a family of dogs that would bark up a storm whenever I passed by. I have someone on like house next to me that have like dogs like that. I mean, one dog, but still, it's pretty loud. And it can be loud at morning as well, goddammit. It is silent now. The owner vanished after his faithful companions were slaughtered for making noise. Oh! Okay then. Were they eaten though? And then there's that park over there, which used to have a playground for small children to enjoy. But the swings and slides and jungle gyms are gone now, salvaged. We're told to build barricade. Barking dogs and frolicking children Just two things missing, and the street seems to be belong to a different town. Children are written too? No,
もう
of
一つ
course not. There's one more thing missing, the most important of all. She is not here.
もしこれが去年の光景だったら
Wait, but they told like Hikaru-chan before, so this is not Hikaru who's like missing, right? If he will tell that Hikaru just went like somewhere a year ago, I will be kinda mad. Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
お疲れ様。ああ、港先輩。倉庫に取引先からもらった果物の箱があるから少し持って行ってください。スバル様とヒカルちゃんに。
Hikaru-chan. Who's missing? Then right about now.
Kageki!
Oh, we just time skipped to present. This is his like usual old self. Oh, okay, so we just skipped.
ヒカルわざわざ迎えに来なくてもいいと言っているだろ
Okay, never mind. But we skipped some time because this is like older one. At least he looks older. Or my brain is just like not processing everything correctly. Okay, maybe this is like bug. Never mind. I'm not going to think about this. I'm not going to think about this. Hikaru is cute though.
聞いた。しかし承服した覚えはないな。
Okay.
妹が兄を迎えて何がいけない。
う女子はみだりに外出しないものだお前ももう子供ではないだろうそれはそれとしてただいま
その考えは古いぞ影明。婦人団体から総攻撃者だ。それはともかくおかえり。
Yeah. Currently, making enemies out of women would be better, actually. Yeah. We are so killing Kotori next time.
一概に決めつけて
I mean,
古来から続いた習
I
慣
don't want
に
anyone
理
to
由があ
die.
るものだそれを吟味もせずただ差別の一言で否定する態度は俺には認めかねる
なるほど、それはもっともだ。しかしその理由とは、男は外で戦い、女は家を守るという遥か古代の役割分担に尽きる。現代ではもう意味があるまい。戦わぬ男もいるし、家庭を持たぬ女もいる。
確かにそうなった
Makes sense.
しかしそれが正しいことだとは誰にも言い切れないだろう特に後者だが
I don't know, from this perspective, he looks younger. Okay, my brain is actually like making some weird stuff to me, actually, I think. So this is probably backstory from what we saw. Maybe? Am I wrong? I'm tired today, god damn it. 1 second, I will just find it. One missing. If this one were here. If this were 1 year ago. Then right about now. Huh, it seems like it skipped to the future, but because he said like about now? But also he was talking about past, so that can be also be the past.
佐伯さんこんばんは
こんばんは。
あら、港さんちのご兄弟、こんばんは。相変わらず仲がいいのね。
その割にはあまり言うことを聞いてくれず困っていますが
仲は良い。だからそこで足を止めずに気を利かせて早く立ち去ってくれまいか、佐伯さん。
こら光る
That's kinda like...
わ
Not polite. Okay, so okay, this is like just the old one, but this is the young one, yeah.
ほんの軽口だ。佐伯さんには通じて
Maybe my brain just thought like he's younger on these like portrait pictures, because I had like his younger self on the side. Maybe that's why I thought the profile picture was younger as well.
まったく。やはりお前には淑女になるための修行がいるな。
But he is younger. This is okay. This is the only profile picture that he have that he's younger, actually.
いらぬいらぬそんなもの。光には必要ない。さっきのお前の弦を借りれば、光は家を守る太刀ではない。外に出て戦う方だ。武者修行の方がよほど性に合う。
Yeah, and you can like kick islands around.
またそんなことを言う。お前は自分を知らんのだ。
知っているとも。
たった一つを除いてはな。光。お前は自分に花嫁衣装がどれほど似合うかを知るまい。
Probably. Oh, oh, blushing Hikaru.
俺は鮮明に脳裏へ思い描けるがな。それを見られぬと思うと。
まあ、そうだな。影明が俺を家に押し込めてくれるというなら、考えないでもない。
Wait, what do you want to marry Kageaki actually?
それはお前を実力でしのいで男の代わりに戦う必要をなくしてみせろということか。なかなかに難題だな。
Wow! I love this portrait. This is great. Wow. Okay. That might be the greatest portraits in Muramasa.
どうした光？まるで声にならない絶叫を発しているような顔だ。
うるさい。もういい。
Oh, and she have like, is it just me or her character is kinda like Ayane's?
てりゃ
From time to time.
こら、首にぶら下がるな。
Stop hanging from it.
断る。
歩けないだろうが。
歩いてみせろ。そんなことで光に勝てるか。
この格好でか。
そうだ、買い物にも行くぞ。晩飯の材料が足りないのだ。
降りろ。
嫌だ。さあ行くぞ影焼。まずは豆腐屋だ。続いて八百屋、酒屋、魚屋と回る。
What happens to the relationship? This is so wholesome. What the fuck happened?
町内一周ではないか。明日には俺は
This is great.
笑い物だ。
はあ、それは大変だ。そうなっては嫁のなり手もおるまい。よし、絶対にこのまま行くぞ。
勘弁しろというのに。
Wow, this is great. Like, but what happened? Also, yeah, about like time. Don't worry about this in the comments. Like, I understand this now. Like, it was near night, then it was night, and now it's morning. So there's no weird time skips. You don't have to facepalm. I understand. I shiver once, feeling a sudden chill. Time to go home. It's getting dark. Wait, now it's getting dark? But it was dark before. Just now. Okay. I leave the busy downtown area, walk past several farms, and eventually come to the Grand Manor, situated in the woods, overlooking the town. This is my home, or to be at least presumptions, the Minato home. of which I happen to be resident. So it was the backstory of like 1 year before. Okay. So I was right at the beginning. I mean, I got yeah. The manor owns its size not only to be abundance of available land in this backwater, but also to the Minato family status as one branch of the clan that has ruled these parts. In fact, if not always in title, for several hundred years. Okay. So... okay, here's the branch family, basically, from the clan. So they are not that important. Yeah, so in general, Minato clan is pretty much powerful and important. They ruled for several hundred years, but he himself is from like the branch. So they are not that important as the main, but they are from the family, so they have some kind of like respect, I would say. But for all the honor afford the Minato family, it is hard to justify such a home now, with only 3 people living under its many roofs. Not only is it an excess that we can ill afford in these times, it is also rather inconvenient. An apartment would be far more appropriate for our needs, but of course the great Minato family could never be seen living with the common folk. Yeah, I can see. Maybe I have a like... okay, this might be weird. This is probably wrong, but... what? In situations like this, when we have like branch family, main family and stuff, there must be someone who sees like opportunity, like to the kid, that is like more talented than the like main family basically, and he wants to like establish dominance basically. So maybe Hikaru is such a child, like they saw that she's so talented and she's from the branch family, so she will never attain any real power in the family basically. So maybe she's trying to force her way to the main family or something like that, and that's why she became twisted, maybe? Like the main reason? I mean, not maybe the main, but like the basic reason. Just out of jealous and like basically, yeah, disappointment. Hello, father or grandfather, probably, maybe. I freeze, narrowly avoiding a collision with a man who emerges from the gate. Okay, maybe not. The elderly gentleman fixes me with the door glare. I can't stand here like a fool forever, especially not in front of this man. I quickly move to the side to clear a path, then bow deeply in greeting. Oh, he might be like the elder from the main family, I guess.
ご本家、おいでとは存じませず、無礼をいたしました。よい、仕事帰りか。は、少しスバルと話をしてきた。後であいつから聞いておけ。は。
Okay.
ではな、スバル。夜の会合までに、わしの言ったことをよく考えておくのだぞ。
はい。ご足労いただいてどうもでした、本家。
Well, very respectful. The old man snorts, then walks off to the road. His gait is unsteady. No surprise, given his advanced age, but I know better than to offer an escort. He would not appreciate the gesture. No, he intends to play the mighty king until the age finally takes him. Why else would he refuse to use a car even on these mountain roads? I watched him go for a little while longer, then turned to the woman who was doing the same.
ただいま帰りました、スバル様。
This is interesting. This is his mother, and he like called to her very formally, Subaru-sama.
ただいま帰りました、スバル様。
This is so weird.
はい、おかえり。今日もご苦労さん。
She looks so much like Hikaru. You can clearly see that she's Hikaru's mother. Also, Hikaru, judging from from Subaru appearance, Hikaru have potential for being big. I didn't actually watch that close to Hikaru, like her adult form, when she appeared before. Ah. The woman, Subaru, my foster mother and the current head of the Minato family, graces me with a sleepy smile. It has been my good fortune to see this smile many times these past 20 years. Nothing about it changes, save for nuance. Okay, so... she's a foster mother. So, okay, what we... Okay, yeah, that makes sense. From the scene we had before, Hikaru was in the hands of her mother, and she was talking to the father of Minato, probably. So... Minato father and Hikaru, and Subaru was not a thing. He got adopted by Subaru, or he was like given to her and maybe abandoned by his father. Okay. Family problems? Branch families? Main families? Trying to figuring out OG family? Yeah, these are complicated stuff. Today it seems a little more tired than usual. While her concern for my well-being is appreciated, I do wish she would spend a little more time thinking of her own.
あまり面白くないお話でしたか。
そう見えるか。息子の目はごまかせんね。
She then reaches into the folds of her robe and produces a small rectangular box. Without thinking, I reach into my own pocket and take out a pack of matches. Then strike one it and offer it to her. Those motions became instincts years ago. So she's smoking. She accepts my light. Then takes a deep drag on her cigarette and blows it out with a concentrated sigh.
生き返る。本家の前じゃ吸えないからね。
Wow, I like this CG. I mean, these portraits. Muramasa have such a great art style. It can be like very like rough and realistic looking, I would say. And it can be like comic like this. This is great.
短い禁煙、お疲れ様です。
可愛くないことを言ったな。影焼きも付き合いなさい。一本でいいから。
はい。では一本だけ。
Oh, so he's smoking a little bit.
あいつは私がこう言ってもガンとして受け付けなかったからな。
吸ったら病みつきになるのが分かっているから吸わない。とのことでしたね。あの人らしいようです。
I actually never smoked before as well. I had like sometimes like thoughts before, like maybe I will say why people like it, like maybe I will try one and stuff, but overall I like never actually did that, so I just don't feel like ruining my lungs or anything, so yeah. I don't see how it can be fun. I mean, it can be like, I guess, good for social experience. Like, you go with other people for the cigarettes, talking about stuff and everything. If you don't smoke, then you're kind of out of place and stuff, but I don't know. I take a cigarette and place it between my lips. But just as I'm about to light my second match, I find my mother's face suddenly inches away. Eyes laughing, she touches the tips of our cigarettes together. Okay, that was weird. She's always enjoyed seeing me flustered. What am I to do? I wait for her to pull away before filling my lungs with the fragrant smoke. In all honesty, I don't understand the appeal. Yeah, I'm with you, Kageyaki, I don't understand this. Still, it's not a bother, and she will sulk if I refuse. So I've made a policy of joining her when she asked. And it doesn't have a certain stress-relieving quality. Which I partake of now in full.
例の連中の件だったんだけどね。
はい。
本家はとにかくおせおせの一点張り。あんな奴らをのさばらせておいては、この町の保険に関わる。
So who's in the house then?
町に保険なんてあんのかね。
まさか。
ああ。
それをご本家の前で。
言っちゃった。
Wow, really? I like Subaru. Okay.
その場にいなくてよかったと思います。
まあ、向こうももう慣れてるから、別に血管切れるほど怒りはしなかったよ。雷は落ちたけどね。耳塞いで寝てたら、それもすぐ収まったし。
This is great. No wonder. He seems more stern than usual.
それにしても。ご本家は本気なのでしょうか。奴らを実力で排撃するなど。
Probably talking about Tokuhara. Maybe.
さてね、半々じゃない。町の人間に弱気な姿勢は見せられないってのも半分はあるだろうさ。
では、実際に踏み切ることはありませんか。
と思うんだけどね。やるやるって言い張ってるうちに引っ込みがつかなくなるって可能性もあるな。町のみんなは本家の葛藤までわからないからね。本家の言葉はそのまんま受け止める習慣が身についちまってる。
そのうちご本家のご勢に負ける格好で賛成を口にし始める可能性がなきにしもあらず。
そうそう。そうなったらバカバカしいね。本当は誰も望んでないのに無謀な戦を始めなきゃならなくなる。
Stupid. She repeats again, then breathes a ring of smoke into the sky. The perfectly shaped donut hangs over for a few seconds before vanishing.
そんな事態は避けたいものです。
お母さん頑張るよ。まあ、私が防波堤になってる間は町のみんなが転ぶこともないだろうさ。本家が怖いったって矢面に立たされなけりゃ知らんふりできるし。
夜に買い物があるとか。
踏ん張りどころだね。雷が私以外のところへ飛び火しないようにうまくやんないと。
自分に何かできることはないでしょうか。スバル様をお助けするために。
そのセリフだけで母さん燃えるから大丈夫。まあ、とりあえずは力つけとこうか。
I like her cheerful character. I really like her personality. Subaru is great.
飯にしようよ。風呂が沸いてるから汗を流しておいで。
はい。ヒカルの食事は。
眠ってるみたいだからね。起きるのを待とうか。無理に起こすのも良くないだろうし。
はい。そうですね。
Okay. And we're inside. Is dinner? Yeah.
我が子たちよ。君らなんで箸を持ったままピクリともせず見つめ合っとんのかね。
Good question.
いえ。
別に何でもありません、母上。どうかお気になさらず。
Okay.
すいません。すっごく気になります。気になって私までご飯食べられません。
Also, I was so like amazed by Subaru and was like immersed in the story. I just realized that we know that Minato killed his mother. How the fuck that happened?
ご迷惑を。
And I was about to say, like, I hope we'll see her, like, for a long time. God, I didn't.
お前はどうしたの影明？
はあ、その光の視線が先ほどから。
So it's just her.
一挙手一投足を逃さねえって目だな。血を分けた娘ながら
Wow.
野獣にしか見えん。
Subaru is amazing.
お
I
ーい、
love her.
そこの花も恥じらうお年頃な少女。その暗黒陶器は一体何なんだよ。
Aura of Darkness with the same aura that Kageyaki have later in the game.
何でもないと言っているでしょう。
Like when we met
豚
him.
のように食らって牛のように寝てください。
Really?
ますます食えないだろう。
Wow.
ああ、もしかしてそういうことか？
スバル様。
いやね、今日久しぶりにこの子が料理を手伝って、その
Oh my god, she's waiting for Kageyaki to like realize and ask and say like, oh, this is good, and she will be happy.
母上、食卓での口はおしゃべりではなく、食事のためにあるものです。
Wow.
無駄口は慎まれたがよろしい。
Okay. Okay.
私の首ちょっとついてる。
Okay, I love it. And I'm scared of Hikaru, kinda. What the fuck?
はい、無事です。さすがはスバル様。今の一撃をよくぞかわされました。
Still in top form.
そんな感心してなくていいから息子よ。もう少しこっちへ寄りなさい。そんでまたあの芝刈り機みたいな死闘が飛んできたら母を守るように。何度も避けられるかあんなの。
申し訳ありません。無理です。自分にはそもそも指先が見えませんでした。
What? Some things never changes.
なんでこんな恐ろしい生物になっちゃったんだこの娘は。母さん、家庭内暴力の恐怖に屈しそうです。 DV ってこういうのか？
Wow. She's like evil version of Ayana.
影明、二人きりの食卓だからといって変に気を使う必要はない。早く食べるといい。
二人？
Wait, what? What the fuck? Did you just like ignore your mother like totally?
あれ、私はぶられてる。
Yeah, you're just being dropped out.
二人だ。もし意もしない三人目がどうしても気になるのなら言え。質量保存の法則を無視してでもこの宇宙から完全に抹消してやろう。
That's not very polite.
すみません。もう黙って食べます。私いませんから。母さんここにいませんから。
Oh.
さあ。影明、迷い橋は行儀が悪いぞ。
俺もやりたくてやっているわけではないのだが。
何か取ろうとするたびに視線の十文字槍が突き刺さるからああなってんだろ。
Wow.
何やらうるさい虫けらがいるな。潰すか。
Wow. How old is Hikaru here that she's talking like that?
母親に対する言葉じゃない。ああ、影明、このままだと飯が冷めていく一方だからな。
煮魚？
それ。
あ、煮魚でしたか。型崩れして原型をとどめていないので全くわかりませんでした。
No, Kageaki. No, that's the one Hikaru made.
今のは矛先違うんじゃないか娘よ。
黙れ母上。
What is going
こん
on?
な殺伐とした親子関係。
That's one happy family.
もう実家に帰る。
ここです。
That would be here.
逃げ場ね
影明、
うん。では いただきます。
Is it at least good? Kageaki, just act. Just act. Just tell her it's good.
おや、見てくれは良くないが、うまい。いつもの味付けとは少し違うが、
Okay.
これはこれでなかなか。
So, it's generally okay.
そうか。え、本当か、影焼き。無理するなよ。ダメそうだったら戻してもいいぞ。こんなこともあろうかと思って、ほら、母さんちゃんと OK をここに。
Subaru, Hikaru is near you. With her hand.
スバル様。
手洗いではないか。気にしてやるな。
What the fuck happened? Is she like under the table? Like rolled down there?
今のドボーンという音は、あたかも豪快に吹っ飛ばされた人間が裏の沢へ落ちたかの。
Wait, what? Wait, how the fuck? Don't tell me that the strength that Ginseigo had on the island is like natural strength of Hikaru. This is like not possible, right?
カエルか何かだろう。さあ。
Because there's no way. Like, what?
やはり良い味だ。少し変わっているが、そこがまた面白い。
そうか、そうか。
ありがとう、ヒカル。
なんだ、唐突に。
お前が作ったのだろ
わかるのか。
う。ああ、スバル様の気配がなかったからな。この皿だけは。味を見て違うと確信した。
だが、食べもせぬうちにそれが分かったの。
Because how it looks.
ああ、スバル様の気配の有無はなんとなくだが、さて、
Okay.
早いところ食べ終えてしまおう。このままだと本当に冷める。ヒカル、お前、
あ
どうした？
いや、なんでもない。この味か。
そうだな。
Okay. She's scouting
と
him.
いえば、もう少し締まった味付けの方が好みだが。
締まった味付け。難しいことを言う。詳しく教えてくれ。
うん。つまり、
ふむふむ。
子供たちよ。
Oh, she's back from the
その
pond.
和やかで幸福な団らんは、母の尊い犠牲の上に成り立ってることを忘れるんじゃないぞ。
Okay. This is good.
どうかした影焼き。
いえ、
It seems I lost myself in memory for a moment there. My mother and I, alone at the dinner table. This is reality. The time when this table seated one more, and was far lived for it, has passed. Okay, so it was the backstory of 1 year ago, so it doesn't make sense in terms of translation, because we clearly had Hikaru-chan, and then we have a backstory from 1 year ago. Unless it wasn't like telling us, go give it to Hikaru-chan. It was like, I wish there would be like Hikaru-chan or something like that. Might be. So anyway, Hikaru is missing for a year. So she got missing in 38. And the war ended 4 years ago. So war ended at 36. So she went missing after 3 years of the war. Okay. We return to our food. Neither of us speaks. It was not always like this. When these lonely meals began 1 year ago, my mother and I both sought to fill the silence with something. Anything. No matter how banal. We soon gave up the effort. It didn't take us long to realize the futility. What happened to Hikaru? Ever since this has been our nightly ritual, our chopsticks move with mechanical precision, delightfully feeding us while we fight to keep the silence from crashing our heads into the table. And however much we loathe the silence, the fear of its ending is infinitely stronger. After all, there's only one way that can happen. What happened? The silence to fear ending is infinitely stronger. Someone broke into the room? I mean, to the house? And the sound, the damnably familiar sound, of a shudgy screen crashing to the floor, I leapt to my feet and raced down the hall.
Hikaru.
Oh! She's here, but she's like... Oh, shit! So she's ill! She have like some like disease and she cannot walk probably or something. And look how thin she is. Look at her arms and like neck. Wow. And she's crying, she's in pain. Wow. This is like... Wow, she's so young and she like already is like so thin. Like she cannot like eat properly. What is happening? I find her flopping weirdly out of her futon. Her screams, like the wail of a broken clarinet, without a moment's hesitation. I leap atop her and hold her down. Oh, so this is like some kind of like tantrum? Like she just starts thrashing randomly because of pain and everything? Well, if she's like thin like that, then she can like break like arm or something if she do that, I guess.
光る。ダメだ。暴れるな。
Her thin, bony limbs struggle beneath me, but I know that I mustn't restrain her by force. If I don't allow her some freedom of movement, the energy of her spasming muscles will turn inwards, a stress that her body can no longer endure. Her bones will shatter, like pieces of the fine china.
光る。ダメだ。頼む。落ち着いてくれ。
What the fuck?
光る。頼む。
Her only reply is more meaningless holes, but I expected nothing else. Her heart is close to me, and yet I cannot help but call to her, hoping, praying that I will be heard.
光る。おとなしくするんだ。
Wow. Minato from like present must feel so much pain trying to stop her. They were so close. You can see how like he cares about his sister, like he loves her. My mother enters and takes her place beside me, never speaking a word. She's holding a washcloth and a tap of water, which she sets upon the floor. She wets the cloth, wrings it out, and touches it to Hikaru's forehead. Hikaru does not take this well, shaking her head violently, as if to escape her mother's touch. Fearing that she will do herself injury, I gently steady her head between my hands. My mother takes this opportunity to wipe Hikaru's face. She dabs, and little by little, Hikaru's screams and convulsions subside. Throughout this process, my mother and I do not speak. We no longer need to. This is second nature to us now, drilled into our bodies by endless repetition. Day in and day out, we tend to Hikaru, even since that fateful day 1 year ago. What happened? What happened to Hikaru? There's a river, Kanagawa, that flows past the town. The mountains in its head are prime source of minerals and are home to several mines and a smelting plant. Also, what happens to Hikaru like in the future, because she's fine now and she's evil? I mean, I don't know if she's evil actually. We assume she's evil because what she's doing. The plant is the source of all our misery, though the mining company continues to deny it even now. Everyone in town knows who's responsible. One day, an elderly fisherman went mad and threw himself into traffic. His neighbors wondered what might have caused the horrible episode, but none thought to pursue the matter further. 3 days later, an entire family met the same fate. The father bashed his skull on the floor, the mother drowned herself in the well, and their 5-year-old son, though taken into custody, soon bit off his own tongue and choked in his own blood. What the fuck? Within a month, the casualties had reached the double digits. So this is some kind of like poisoning that makes people mad. And then, at least the town realized the truth, that nearly everyone who ate fish from the river went mad. Heavy metal poisoning. We learned it was called. Waste products from the smelting process flowed downstream and were absorbed into fish. Whoever ate these fish inherited the taint. We've consumed them from within. Unfortunately, research on this terrible disease had not progressed in Yamato, though perhaps it was fortunate that there had never been a need. Regardless, its curse had now fallen in our town. The region went into a frenzy. Towns and villages burned catches by the 100, then formed angry poses and marches on the factory, which closed its gates and refused to communicate except through process. Briefs riddled with excuses. I'm sorry. Why this episode is another long episode? Why Muramasa episodes are so long recently? It takes forever to upload. But for me, the chaos was distant. I had a more immediate concern. My sister, who had fallen victim to the disease only days before the truth came to light. Oh, this is awful. This is terrible. Look at her eyes, so empty. And she was so happy, full of life and everything before. Wow, this is heavy. This has been my life ever since. Every night, or close enough, my bedridden sister goes into seizures. After fighting to calm them, I put her to sleep, then thank the gods that she survived another day, only to breathe a heavy sigh the next morning when I wake to find her a little more pale, a little more shrunken than before. We've had doctors examine her, dozens of them, but all they can say that they tell us is that the poison is eating at her bones, and that her fits are caused by the hideous pain. Finally, after offering a diagnosis that we've heard countless times before, they all say the same thing. This is beyond the power of Yamato on medicine. She must be treated by the Western doctor, one from Britain or Habsburg, where such diseases are more common. A Western doctor? If only, I think as I gaze upon her sunken features, if only I could. Excuses. Answers a harsher voice from within. However difficult, it is not impossible to bring a Western doctor to Yamato. So why you're not doing that? All you need is money. Oh, okay, makes sense. And influence. Yeah. Enough to circumvent the shogunate restrictions. I know who has the resources necessary. Oh, okay. Time and again, I have asked for his help. Okay. But all I have to show for it is my sister unending torment.
スバル様寄り合いの時間なのでは
The old guy, probably? That's not going so well with his mother, basically. That we saw before.
ああ、またにしてもらうか。今日でなくちゃいけないわけでもなかろうしね。
いえこの状態になればあとは自分一人で手が足ります。あちらとて急ぎの問題のはずです。
ああ、そうか。やれやれだ。すまないね、影焼。じゃあ頼むよ。
はい。
She hands me the washcloths and leaves the room. Her fading footsteps carry a hint of melancholy.
スバル様も少し痩せられた。
Mother's losing weight. Okay. Oh, so mother is also probably poisoned at this point. And just like very early stages. She's still not thrashing at everything. Fuck. Oh, so maybe that's why he killed her. Maybe he just like... Maybe actually mother asked for this. Maybe Subaru asked him to end basically her like suffering from like this disease because she saw how the daughter is like suffering and everything. Maybe. And she of course cannot ask to kill like her own child. But she can ask to end this for herself, I guess. Maybe that's what happened. I know that her health will not recover as long as we spend our days in constant fear of Hikaru attacks. Hikaru attacks. Some things never changes. Only when they are behind us will the start to regain her old vitality. Hikaru convulsions have subsided to the point where her arms and legs are only flopping limply against the floor. I know from experience that she will soon be calm enough to put back to bed, but I must remain vigilant. Even these weak movements can potentially damage her bones. Ooh, that was terrible. So I keep her in my gentle embrace, diffusing the energy of her spasm as they come. Yeah, she's like... She cannot eat like this. They probably like just feeding her with like some soup maybe. A little bit of soup. Every day. But I'm able to do this thanks to Yawara techniques I learned in my youth. Wait, what? Oh yeah, okay. I got it. Yamara techniques I learned in my youth. To think that this is where my martial training would show its worth. I wish that I never needed to use it. But I also know that without it, my sister would have not survived as long as she has. Sedatives are a little use against this illness. To have a palliative effect, you must increase the dose to dangerous levels. Therefore, while viable for emergency treatment, in the long term, the side effects far outweigh the benefits, at least as long as you will still hope for the patient recovery. If Hikaru's survival were all that matters, I would consider it an option, but I want her to live again, to stand on her own 2 feet. Even if she will never truly be the
あ
same.
のお方を説得せねばならん。
Just as the familiar thought crossed my mind, I hear an angry shout from the main room. That must be the thunder, and the softer voice answering it must belong to my mother. There will be a number of other important townspeople with them, but if they are talking, it is a voices too low to hear. Although I'm too far away to make out the details of the heated exchange, I know that if my mother is talking the blunt of it, it must be by her design. I have no reason to worry. Oh. She's starting again. When I was distracted, Hikaru's condition has worsened slightly. I thought whenever it was fault of my carelessness, or simply an aftershock, I can't say. I redevote my attention to my Yavar techniques, determined to continue until the convulsions end, however long that may take. Oh, even with closed eyes, she's like so fucked up. It is 2 in the morning when Hikaru finally falls asleep. After finishing my morning ablutions, I say goodbye to my mother, then look in on Hikaru, my usual routine before leaving for the office.
光る。
No more reach for voice. How Subaru deals with Hikaru when Minato is out. In the light of morning, her appearance is even more wretched. A year of battling this disease has whittled away at her. Now she is a little more than the skin and bones. Her hair is faded and brittle, like dry leaves. Her mouth has far fewer teeth than before. Ooh. Her gaze eyes stare into space, seeing nothing. What the hell? If not for the whizzing sound of her breath, one might easily mistake her for a corpse.
たわけ。
Wow. I rebuke myself for the evil thought. Hikaru is alive. She's alive. I have to believe. I have to trust in her will to survive.
帰りにあちらへ寄ってまたお願いしよう。
Ask him. Yet decided, I leave for the office. Also, I will cut here because I have to... I don't know how long this is, so I will end the episode now. Actually, I feel like this is a good place because in the next episode we'll probably have this conversation with person who can help Hikaru actually. And that will be interesting. So yeah, I guess that will be it for today's episode. And we'll see in the next one what will happen. I will try to record like next episode right after this. So I will see how long it will take and maybe I will stitch these 2 episodes together. So maybe you are not even hearing me talking right now. Or you are hearing this and after that there will be no end of the episode, but it will continue. We'll see what will happen. Anyway, I feel like this is a good place to end this one. And yeah, like, wow, Hikaru backstory, I like it, I dig it, I want to see more, so I'm going off and I'm going to record the next episode. So thank you for joining, thank you for listening to me. Leave up a like if you didn't, leave up a sub if you want to see the Otori road, because we are doing Otori road right now. Apparently, because Hyena is dead. Fuck. And yeah, we have a lot of discussion on Discord as well, like you can see. So yeah, join up there as well, if you want. If not, then just don't. So yeah, thanks again for watching the episode, for listening to me, and I will see you in the next one. So for now, Pocket Watch is going out.